Khan, Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. This your ox servant, Captain Khalil, K.O.Y. Back at it again. Here to wake up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Peace and blessing to the children out there. Keep enduring it to the end. We all we got. Shalom.
Shalom. It's Captain K.O.Y Gabar. Another Shabbat service to hopefully wake up the elect, right, and edify the children that already know they Israel, and hopefully wake up some that who don't know they Israel, right? It's another Shabbat service, man. It's pretty short, but we got some stuff that we're gonna go into, especially when it comes to Ezekiel. Um, and as you know, we already went through Exodus 33 and 34. That's why we're in Leviticus now when it comes to the Shabbat service. But since it's Passover week, the people that make the Torah portions wanted to go back over this. So that's what we're going to do.
Khan, all praises. Let me share this real quick.
Man, a video of me 3 years ago came up on my timeline, man. I was like,
The memories.
yeah, man. I was deep in rebellion at that time, man. And that's exactly why the Most High whooped me into shape. All right,
Khan. All right, y'all. We in Exodus chapter 33, right? Like the brother said, man, this is kind of short, for Passover week. We already had went through Exodus 33 before, but through the Spirit, it ain't nothing to go through these things again, man. All right, shalom to the first view in here. All praise to the Most High. Let's get this show on the road. All right, so we in Exodus chapter 33, verse 12, through Exodus 34, verse 26. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so this is Exodus chapter 33, verse 12. It reads, "And Moses said unto Yahweh, See thou sayest unto me, Bring up this people, and thou hast not let me know whom thou wilt send with me. Yet thou hast said, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people." Right?
1 John 2 and 3. We gotta figure out how we know the Most High, man. Right? Because it's easy to know that the Most High is there, man. But how do we get to know the Most High? Right? Through His works and through His commandments.
That's right.
Right?
This book, the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3, and it reads, "And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments."
And let's go to John 17 and 3.
The book of John, chapter 17, and verse 3. "And this is life eternal, that we might know thee, the only true God, and Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, whom thou hast sent."
So when we know the Most High, guess what we get? Life eternal, right? And when we know the Most High, guess what? We know His Son, because we know that the Son came to fulfill what the Most High had already put in place, right? So we have to be keeping these commandments to know Him and to know the Most High, right? Let's go back to Exodus.
Con, con. Exodus 33 and 13 again. Now therefore I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight, show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people. Right?
Con.
So it's talking about this nation, you know. It's not talking about a plethora of nations. It's talking about his chosen people that he made a covenant with, you know, in the wilderness, right? So I got a precept on that real quick. Psalms chapter 74, right? In verse 2.
Con.
Remember thy congregation, which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion, wherein thou hast dwelt. Right?
Con.
This is the people that the Most High knows in these last days. You know, throughout all the nations of the world, you know, He knows of the other nations. He knows them, but to really truly know His people is the children of Israel. Right?
Yeah,
Mount Zion.
it's like you know your kid friend, you know what I mean? But you truly know your child. You feel what I'm saying? So, but you know your kid friend and you know how they do and what they do. I got that precept, so don't bring that out yet.
Con,
Yeah, so you truly know your friend, you know, when you truly know your child friend, but you more so know your child more than you know that friend. You know what I mean? Because why? That child is in your house. You know what I mean? We're of and in the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So the Lord knows us in depth, right? Our flaws and all, as a people and as a person, right?
that's
But
right. That's right.
Khan, we could keep on going, or you could grab a precept.
Con, right. Yeah, I got a precept real quick.
All right, Khan, all praises.
So, right, three. Um, right. In verse this is Sirach chapter 33 in verse 21, right? For better it is that thy children should seek to thee, right? We the children of the Most High. So we got to seek the Most High in these last days, right? Through our trials, through our tribulations, things in that nature, man. We have to seek the Most High. That
Mm-hmm.
thou shouldest standest, then that thou shouldest stand to their courtesy. You know, hey, the Most High will do for us if we do for the Most High. You know, it's not the other way around. We don't expect the Most High to do everything for us. We got to come halfway with the with our for lack of better words, you know, our distribution. You know, we have to come with the Most High halfway and bring unto Him, and He'll bring unto us. So we have to seek the Most High, and vice versa. It'll happen the same. 22. In all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence. Right. This will go into actually being the Most High, keeping the preeminence, which will mean authority. Right. The Most High will
Mm-hmm.
keep the authority over His children. Leave not a stain in thine honor, right? And when we deal with the Most High, there's no stain on His in His honor whatsoever. You
And his
know,
honor,
He.
and his honor, and his honor is his work, right? His name, right?
That's right.
His honor is his name, right? What he does and what he have done for the children of Israel.
That's right. That's right. Right. The Most High always presents Himself blameless. You know, remains unchargeable. We can't say, "Oh, the Most High did this. Why am I going to follow the Most High?" No, man, that's off. Right. The Most High is always blameless. So we have to be according on one accord with the Most High in that nature. Verse 23. At the time when thou shalt end thy days and finish thy life, this is going into a mortal man. You know, the Most High doesn't apply to this part, but the latter part of this verse, distribute thine inheritance, right? And the inheritance that's been distributed, we can find that back in. Let's go back. Right. Psalms 28. I can go back to the blue. Right. Psalms chapter 28 and verse 9. I start at 8. Yahweh is their strength, and he is the saving strength of his anointed, right? And we know that the anointed is the children of Israel, Mount Zion, right? Verse 9. Save thy people and bless thine inheritance. Feed them also and lift them up forever, right? We are the inheritance of the Most High because everything belongs to him in this earth, man. So therefore, if we are on one accord with the Most High, he's going to distribute that inheritance that, like we just read in Sirach chapter 33. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Khan, we can move on now. Let's go back to
Con.
Exodus.
And that was actually beautiful, man, because Israel is his inheritance. You know what I mean? So he distributed his inheritance too, man. To who? To his children, man. So just like he has the kingdom, right? We're gonna have the kingdom because he distributed that inheritance to us. That's why there's 12 gates, right, in the kingdom of heaven. Because we all have our lot, man, and we have to fulfill our lot while we on earth. So don't think you don't have to I mean, he gave us the kingdom freely, but don't think you don't have to put work to be great in that kingdom of heaven, man. You got to put in work, man, so you could be great in the kingdom of heaven.
Khan, that's right. That's right.
Go ahead, we have 14.
Khan. Exodus 33 and 14. And he said, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he said unto him, if thy presence go not with me, carry us not up hence.
Yeah, Khan, don't even let us go, man. Because
Hmm.
if your presence is not with us, we're gonna get taken over. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 16. For wherein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight? Is it not in that thou goest with us?
Mm-hmm.
So shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. Right?
Khan,
So
bro,
Moses is
beg you.
asking him, like, how do we know? How do we know that we don't have that we have grace? That you're dealing with us. How do we know that you really gonna be with us if you don't come with us?
Khan, and when you read the top of that precept, it says, "For wherein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight." Right? Because this is how it's going to be known when we overtake and overcome the nations that we're going into. You know what I mean? Like, so it's going to be known. But if you don't be with us, how is it going to be known? Right? They're going to utterly destroy us if you're not with us. So Baba Kushab, please walk with us through this land, right? But what I want to touch on is said, so shall we be separated, right? I and thy people from all the people that are upon the face of the earth. And we know that this is why these other precepts come into play, right? Like get Second Ezra 6 and 54 on down.
God,
This is how these come into play, man, right? Because he has separated us from all the other nations. And I believe the other one is Isaiah 40 and 17. So if y'all got notes, man, write down those precepts. This
God,
is how we know
right.
that the Lord actually separated us and counted the other nations nothing, right? But spittle.
Hmm. That's right. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 6, and verse 54. And after these, right, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Hmm.
Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Hmm.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
For our sakes, right? Go ahead.
As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
Mm-hmm.
but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Mm.
Con.
Reading on. And now, O Lord, these heathen, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Hey, but guess what, man? That thing is about to come back upon their head, man. I saw a picture, right, with all the nations being as wolves, and
Mhm.
Jacob was the sheep in the midst of all the wolves, and the wolves were just all taking a chunk out of Jacob. But guess what?
Man,
Y'all gonna have to pay for that.
that's right. That's right.
You was about to say something, Mark?
Nah, yeah, I'm just saying, con. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna have to pay for that. Go ahead and read this, and this is how we know, right? Because the Lord
Con,
loved us.
con. Verse 58. But we, thy people,
Thy
whom thou
people,
hast called thy firstborn,
kind of, we're the firstborn of who? Yahweh Shah, right? Go ahead.
thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover
Mm-hmm.
are given into their hands.
And he said, man, the love of your life is given unto their hands. Why? Because we always want to turn into idols. So we get jammed up in these other nations, worshiping them and worshiping their idols, man. Hey man, we'll give ourselves to the heathen. Why? Just so we could be more like them instead of like our own self, right? We find a way to lose our culture to get in bed with the damn heathen, man.
That's right.
Right? Israel got a problem. He saved us from the heathen, but we always looking back. We always want to go back to the heathen, right? But he said we his fervent lover, man. Right? Go ahead.
Con. Verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes,
That is a good question. If the world is made for our sakes, why the hell are we going through everything that we're going through? Why we don't rule the earth, right?
con,
Go ahead.
why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
We don't
How
own
long
shit.
shall this
We don't
endure?
own nothing. We don't own nothing, man. We can't even own a house, man, because they own the land, right? Through rape, robbery, and murder, man. They own the land, man. Even you have to pay property taxes, right? We can't even possess a part of the land, man. Right? Let's go back to Exodus, unless you got a precept.
Con. Yeah, I got it. I got one real quick.
Yeah, kind of all praises to the Most High, man.
That's
Because
the
these
book of
people,
Baruch. Go ahead,
man,
Asla.
these people, man, they don't let us have nothing, man. And you know the Lord made it that way for a reason. So now when we read Second Ezra and we like, damn, why we don't own nothing around here? If this world was made for us, can the white man say that? Can the Jewish man say that? No, man. They own everything, man. If not, they own their land that they live on, man. We don't own nothing, right? Everything that we own, guess who could take it away from us? The heathen, right? Go
Mhm.
ahead. Salaki.
That's right. Because we always looking back towards these heathen nations, man. So the Most High made it to where when we break His law, statutes, commandments, man, we're gonna dwell with these heathen nations. Do
Mm-hmm.
everything that they do, take upon their customs, and forsake the Most High. But that's not gonna be a forever thing. Just like Ezra was pleading, if the world was made for our sakes, how long shall we endure? You know,
Yeah.
Endurance is only for a set time. That's why Christ said in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13, he that endures into the end, the same shall
That's
be
not what
saved.
he said.
Saved to what though? Saved back to the kingdom, man. Saved back for salvation, right? So this is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 24. Like as now the neighbors of Sion have seen your captivity, right? That's all of
Mm-hmm.
these other nations all around and about the children of Israel in their nation, man. You know, they've seen our captivity. They had a hand in it. They know that we're slaves according to what they witnessed. And according to the prophecy, right? So, like as now as the neighbors of Sion have seen captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory. Right?
With
That's that
what?
glory, with great glory. That
Man.
great glory that we talking about. What Moses is saying. Hey, if you don't come with us, how do we know we have grace? How do we know that your glory is on us? You know, if you're not coming with us, these nations ain't gonna see that glory or that grace that you dealing with us. But in this time, they're gonna see that great glory, right?
Hey man, picture seeing a chariot, 30 feet away, pick up somebody you chastised while he was on the earth.
Hmm.
Them chariots is huge, man. Like, you gotta realize how far we see the chariots and how big they be, you know? And it's like, picture that come all the way down to the ground just to pick up one person. Hey man, that's gonna be great glory, right? And those the Hebrew Israelites that don't want to practice, Hebrew Israelitism, right? They're gonna get jammed up too, man. They're gonna be looking like, man, that brother told me I needed to start keeping the commandments, man, to the best of my ability, right? And now you looking stupid, man. Right? Go ahead,
That's
Doc. My
right.
bad, my bad. But
Con, now you Torah,
that
Torah.
glory,
That's right.
man, that glory is gonna be crazy, bro. Like for real. You see the damn
Hmm.
Eiffel Tower come down and save you, man.
That's right. That's right. They're gonna see that great glory in that day, man. All these nations that seen us in our captivity, all these nations that have an inheritance with the world, while we have to endure not having an inheritance with the world, right? Hey, they're gonna see it in that day, man. Right? They're gonna see that what? That great glory and brightness of the everlasting, man. You know?
Hey, that was a beautiful way you put that, man. The ones that got an inheritance now, and not gonna have an inheritance later. That was beautiful. I couldn't have said that no better. I don't know who.
All
I don't know who
praises.
could have, bro. That was good. That was good.
Con. That's the spirit,
God,
you know.
yes,
Con. Hey,
God.
verse 25, right?
That was
My
beautiful.
children, right? My children, you know, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, right? Talking about these curses that we're going through, these afflictions, right? These trials and tribulations being cast away amongst the heathen, man, right? For thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction
Mm,
and
that's what we
shalt
pray
tread
for.
upon his neck. That's right.
We pray for that.
Hmm. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies, right? We sheep casting out the gate, man. We don't stay in the gate or the strength, the fortress, the bosom of the Most High, man. We leave the Most High. We want to go do what the heathens do. We cast ourselves out, you know? And guess what? The enemy see a sheep. Oh, man, I see a sheep. Let me take that sheep for myself, man. He's not in his barnyard. You know, he don't have no protection. He ain't in nobody's gates, man. Let's take the children of Israel for ourselves, man. You know, come on, a couple precepts more quick. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you, right? And we all
So it
know we in
wasn't.
spiritual Egypt. Go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it wasn't done. It wasn't done by the heathen, man. It wasn't done by the heathen, right? It was ultimately done by the hands of the Most High, man. He brought this upon us. Why? So we could remember our ways in our captivity, man, right? And turn back to Yahweh, right? And that's what we're doing, man. And that's what we have done, right? And there was multiple captivities that we have done that, man. And what did the Lord do for us, man? He whooped us up, and then he got us out of that captivity, right? And that's the same thing he's doing now, man. He's gonna whoop us up, and then he's gonna get us out of this captivity. But this time, we won't ever have to go through another captivity again, man. But the Most High brought these things upon us. Why? Because he had to execute judgment from the curses in Deuteronomy 28:15 to 68, man. That had to be on us so that way we could wake up, return to the Most High, and get our salvation that is talked about in Isaiah 61, right? Isaiah 14, right? 1 to 12 and even more, right? Isaiah 4 and 1 on down, right? We have to keep these commandments, right? And the faith to be able to endure till that salvation, man. That's talked about in Luke 1:68 to 78, right? We gotta endure and keep the faith and do these works, man. Right?
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
That's right. Right. And one more thing, right? The latter portion of verse 27. For ye shall be Salakit. I'll read the whole thing. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, man. Hey, we in another Egypt, man. We in spiritual Egypt. So guess what we got to do? We got to cry just like we was crying in Egypt of old time, man. And the Most High is going to deliver us through the Spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Get us out of here just like He took us out of the Egypt in the time of old, you know, because we're going to
That's
be
right.
remembered unto Him that brought these things upon you. Like Cap Gabawar said, he's the one that did this, right? Verse 28. For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek Him 10 times more.
Con,
Mm,
con.
right.
So that's how bad we need to be seeking salvation. I was on the phone with Nathaniah, man. We talking about the unleavened bread, and the brother was like, hold on, hey, you know if you a Hebrew Israelite, you know that you a Hebrew Israelite. Like in the midst of us talking, wasn't even doing boots on the ground. I don't think just on it, man, because we got to seek him 10 times more, man. Why? Because we really need to. It's so comfortable in America. That's why I say you have to get out of the world to be of the world of Israel, because it's so easy in America, right, and some of these other nations to get comfortable and complacent with this man system, man. Because it's easy to go to work 7 days out the week, right, and work 12-hour shifts, and you could live a lavish life, man. You'll be okay, right, and have a couple side hustles and things like that. You'll be okay, man, in this world, man. But when you come to serve the Lord, man, it's hard, man. It's not that easy to work. You can't work 7 days out the week, and sometimes you only got 5 days because you have the new moon that comes in.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? So like it's crazy, bro. But what we doing, man, we turn it back to the Most High so we could gain salvation. Those people that only want to hustle, bustle, and get bread, they not gonna get the bread that we gonna get later on, man. Which is that glory, that unleavened bread, right? That showbread that was on the table up in the tabernacles, man, in the tabernacle. You feel what I'm saying? That's the
Mm,
showbread we want to be. We want to be that bread right there. We don't want this bread that got leaven and yeast all up in it, man. We want to be that
that's right.
unleavened bread that's on top of that table in the kingdom, man, in the tabernacle. All right,
Bring it out. That's right. That's right.
all right,
Con.
let's go. 17.
Um, verse 17. Exodus 33 and 17. And Yahweh said unto Moses, I will do this thing also that thou hast spoken.
Mm-hmm.
For thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name.
I know you by name, right? Go ahead.
And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory.
Okay, let's go to the book of Amos 3 and 2, because we 3 and 1, because we know that the Most High know us by name, man. Right? Because not only this, but because of the work that he did, with the 10 plagues of Egypt and so on, man. From the book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 1 all the way to the end of the dang Bible, right? He has done work showing that we are his children, we are his people, man. That's why he sent our Redeemer that was with him from the beginning, man. That made us, that begot us, man, right? He sent us our salvation, man. And all we got to do is believe and do work, right? Go
That's
ahead.
right. That's right. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
And that's Exodus chapter 33 and verse 16, right? Go ahead.
Con. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Con.
That's it. That's it.
Real quick, let me top that off real quick, right? Hey, can two
Go ahead.
walk together except they be agreed, right?
La
And that's that one accord with him and Moses and the children of Israel on one accord with the Most High. You know,
Go ahead. Nah,
Con.
You might as well
Verse
read.
4.
Yeah.
Con. Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey? Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing?
No, man. He gonna go grab. He need to go grab that. What he gonna roar for when he needs to be quiet until he's able to grab a prey? Right.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him?
Con.
Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all?
What are you gonna gain from that? Right. You need to be able to gain in this truth, man. You don't want to be in this truth and you ain't gaining nothing. No people, no wisdom, no understanding, and no knowledge. You don't want to be in this truth like that, right? And that's why it's imperative that we leave that weed demon alone, because that'll open up your mind to accepting knowledge, wisdom, understanding, correction, reproof, judgment from the Most High, right? Judgment from the body. It's gonna make you be a wiser person, man. Once you just leave that one thing alone, man, it'll help you out with leaving a lot of other sins, where they are, right? Go ahead.
Con. Verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Man, you gotta be afraid, man, because you gotta like this fear is like a authentic fear. Like this fear is something that okay, we need to get out and watch so we could kill them. This fear is not some, oh, we scared, run from them forever. No, we need to get out, get away, look at them, catch them, and kill them, man. Right? Go ahead.
Shall there be evil in a city and Yahweh hath not done it?
Man, he
Mm.
done everything, even the things that he have done to us, man. He have done everything, right? Go.
Surely, surely the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his
The
secret
secret.
unto his
Yeah.
servants, the
Yeah.
prophets.
Right. So we warning y'all to get right, so that way you don't get left. Right. All right. Let's
Con,
go back. Let's go back.
con. Exodus 33 and verse 19. And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of Yahweh before thee, and will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy.
So that's how the Most High lived. That's how he walked. That's his ways, man. Right. He gonna show mercy on Jacob and Israel, and that's it, man. Right. And he might spare some animals and stuff like that, so that way we able to eat. You understand? But
Con,
he gonna show mercy on Jacob, man, and yet choose Israel, man. Go to Psalms 118. Right, this what David get it from. Right, go ahead.
con. Psalms 118 and verse 1. Oh, give the water unto Yahweh, for he is good, because his mercy endures forever. Let Israel now say that his mercy endureth forever. Let the house of Aaron now say that his mercy endureth forever. Let them now that fear Yahweh say that his mercy endureth forever.
Mm-hmm.
I called upon Yahweh in distress. Yahweh answered me and set me in a large place.
All right, let's go back. But his
Con,
mercy endureth forever, man. On who? On Aaron, on Jacob, on Israel, on those who fear him. Right? Go ahead. If you want to grab something, grab it. All
con.
right, you
Can
good?
move on.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead. 20.
right. Exodus 33 and 20. And he said, Thou canst not see my face, For there shall no man see me and live.
Nobody could see the Most High's face and live. Right? It's too much glory to hone in, man.
Hmm.
Right? Go ahead.
And Yahweh said, Behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And it shall come to pass, while my glory passeth by, that I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will cover thee with my hand while I pass by.
Khan, he gonna cover you with the chariot while he passed by. Later on, you're gonna see it say a cloud, right? We know the cloud is the chariot, man. You know, so he gonna cover
Mhm.
you with a chariot as he passed by, man. Cover you with his strength as he passed by.
That's
We know
right.
that hand means strength, right? So go ahead, Exodus 33,
Come.
22.
Verse 23. And I will take away mine hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen.
Khan. And as so one brother said that this was not literal, it was spiritual, but I believe it's spiritual and literal because what happens in 5, right? What happens in 34 and verse 5, it shows
Mm.
you that this really happened, right? But go ahead, keep reading.
Come.
Oh my bad, we're in the next one. So
Yeah, that's right.
all that Yahweh said is what we do and hear.
Come. All that Yahweh says, what we do and hear. Come. Exodus chapter 34 and verse 1. Right? Exodus 34 and 1. And it reads, And Yahweh said unto Moses, Hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first,
Mm-hmm.
and I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest.
Con, and that is literal and it's figurative, right? As we know from Jeremiah 31 and 31, right?
Hmm. And be
And
ready in the most. Go ahead.
hold on. Go to Hebrews 8 and 13. Because there's a new covenant, right? But it comes from the first, which is the same laws, right? Nothing didn't change. That's why he said, hew 2 stones the same way as you did with the first, right? Because even though y'all gonna break my covenant, I'm gonna make one new with y'all, right? But it's gonna come in that same manner, right? By you keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments that I put in place, right?
Hmm.
Go ahead.
That's right. That's right. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 13. In that he saith, A new covenant he hath made the first old.
Mm-hmm.
And now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
So that's what's going on right now, man. We're working into this World War Three, where we're gonna get the law on a high degree, where it's gonna be written in our brain, right? And we're gonna be it's like first we're gonna be purged out in the wilderness, and then these laws is gonna be instilled in us from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, ultimately Yahweh Shai, because he's gonna be out there in the wilderness with us, right? Getting us together, man, right?
Hmm.
But these once Yahweh Shai passed away, hey man, that old covenant is waxing old, man, and this new one is coming in swiftly, right? Let's
Ah,
go.
that's right. He gonna write it upon our hearts, which is what
Con,
our mind, right? And I just thought of something real quick. Yeah, I just thought of something, right? So check this out. So you know how our brain has 2 sides, right? Split in the middle. You got 2 sides in your brain,
yeah,
right?
it's
Let's
called
get Proverbs.
right lobe and left lobe.
Right. Check this out. Right. Proverbs 7 and 1. My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live in my law as the apple of thine eye. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Right.
Con.
which is our mind, man. Our mind are like those two tables he brought down. That's our brain with the two sides, man. We got to fully put that on in our minds, man. Right?
Kind
But in that
and your
day, he's gonna
finger.
write it where his finger is. That he gonna write it in our minds according to the new covenant, man.
Kind. And when it says bind them upon thy fingers, that means bind them upon your doings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're doing these things, right? Go ahead, Salakia.
Yeah, that hold on, say that again, cause that say that one more time, cause the whole service went bad. We both cut it and out, man. This
Yeah, kind.
internet,
So
man.
it said bind them upon thy fingers, right? And when you bind them upon your fingers, man, you binding them on upon your doings, right? And then it said, write
So
them upon the table of thy heart. So they need to be in the deepest parts of your mind, man, to where you keep the law without even noticing you keeping the law. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just second nature now, you know.
mhm,
But you have to do
that's
them
right.
to be able to keep them, right? And you have to do them to be able to write them on your heart, man. So that way, while you live in this thing, it's just second nature. Just like your second nature to do wickedness. And as soon as you found somebody with the bullets, you was able to buy 20 bullets for this much money. You know what I mean? The same way with the scriptures, man. Once you find somebody that got the knowledge, hey man, go buy that, right? Without money. Just with sitting down and actually studying and taking notes and asking questions,
That's
right?
right.
But yeah, we can move however you want to move right now.
Go back.
Yeah, come.
Right. Right. Write these upon the table. Write these tables, the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exodus 34:2. And be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning unto Mount Sinai, and present thyself there to me in the top of the mount.
Who else
And
did that, man? Right? Go to Matthew 26 and 36. Right. I'm not saying that Yahweh Shah went directly to a mountain and went up to the top of it and talked to the Most High, but he did separate himself just like Moses has separated himself. Right? Go ahead.
God, Matthew chapter 24, 26, and 36. Slakia, Matthew 26 and 36, Slakia. Right? Then cometh Yahweh Shai with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples, sit here while I go and pray yonder.
Read on.
And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and were heavy.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Then said he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful,
Mm-hmm.
even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me.
So he said, tarry ye here, wait here, and watch with me, man. And that's what Moses had to say to the elders and to the chief scribes and to all the people that was around here. Hey, man, y'all can't come up here right now. Me and the Lord doing serious business. If y'all come up here, just like it said up in Exodus, I believe it was 14, right, when he went up to Mount Sinai, right? Just the same way he went up that time and they couldn't come close to the mountain. That's how it happened the second time. And Yahweh Shah said the same thing. Wait right here, bro. Don't come up this way. Why? Because he going to deal with the Most High, and you don't know what's going to happen if you go up that way, right? So, but let's go back to Exodus. That's all I wanted from there. Just to let you
God,
know that even Yahushua, see, Yahushua come in the volume of the book. So the same way he told Moses, to come up and come holler at me by yourself, that's the same way he went with the Most High. He going up there and holler at the Most High by himself.
that's right, that's right. God,
Yeah.
verse 3. Slakia, verse 3, right? Exodus 34:3. And no man shall come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount. Neither let the flocks nor herds feed before the mount. And he hewed them 2 tables of stone like unto the first, And Moses rose up early in the morning and went up unto Mount Sinai, as Yahweh had commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone.
And we also got two laws, right? We got the first law and the second law, right? And he like you know how when you write you do a rough draft and then
Hmm.
you do your official paper, right? The Most High even showed that in his work, man. He did his
Hmm.
rough draft. The tables broke, but this is his final paper. The second testament, man. This new covenant. That's his second paper, and that's the one that you're gonna turn in to get your reward, to get your F, your D, your C, or your A, man. You know.
Hmm. Con,
So, but go ahead.
con. Verse Exodus 34:5. And Yahweh descended in the cloud and stood with him there and proclaimed the name of Yahweh.
That's not what it said just now. See, I had to read this. I had to read this
Oh,
like
con.
6 times. I had to read this like 6 times. So this is Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai descended in the cloud and stood with him there, right? And stood with Moses there, right?
Mm.
And proclaimed the name of Yahweh, right? And then it says in verse 6, it says, and Yahweh Shai passed, Salakia, and then Yahweh passed by before him. No, Salakia, it's Yahushua, right? And it said, and Yahushua passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahweh, Yahweh thy power, merciful and gracious and long suffering and abundant in goodness and truth. So you know how when a king comes in, they blow the horn, "Brrr, all hail
Mm.
King,
Con.
blah blah blah, the most noble, all knowing, blah blah blah." That's what Yahweh did for Yahweh,
Con.
right? So let's read it one more time from 5, right?
Con. Con.
Go ahead. You try it. You try it. Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Exodus 34:5, right? And Yahweh Shai descended in the cloud and stood with him there and proclaimed the name of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
God. And Yahweh passed by before him.
Nope. And Yahweh
Yahweh Shai, Khan. And Yahweh
yeah,
Shai passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahweh, Yahweh thy power, merciful and gracious, long suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth.
read
Khan.
on.
Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and to the fourth generation.
Khan. And this is Yahweh saying this about Yahweh, man. Right? And nobody could
Khan
tell me,
Salakia.
and
Mm-hmm.
nobody could tell me otherwise that this ain't really happened, right? This happened. You feel what I'm saying? Now, can you use it as a spiritual thing? And it's everything is spiritual and twofold to all things. I understand that, but this really happened, man. Right? Yahweh came down. He's the hand that covered him while Yahweh was going past, right?
Khan, that's
And
right.
he
That's right.
and this is what he's saying while the King is coming through, right? While the Lord of Lords is coming through, man. He's praising him. Yahweh is next to Moses praising him. Just like when Yahweh went up to the mount and it was Elijah and Moses sitting up
Moses,
there.
that's right.
Yeah, that he was in his glory. That's the same way. It's like just a resemblance, right? But it's something that happened right here, bro. And what did the disciples do then? They quickly bowed down, right? Read verse 8.
Khan. Verse 8. And Moses made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshipped.
Con, because hey man, what else can you do, man? You just saw the backside of Yahweh, and you saw Yahweh next to you with all his glory, right? Man, look, man, as soon as they popped up and he saw everything, he was like, Boom, benevolence. Right? Let me go ahead and show my humility because y'all not about to strike me down. You understand?
That's
So,
right.
but yeah, it was beautiful, bro. I had to even call the Ak, and I was like, bro, let me know, if I'm going off, man. Do you see what I see? Right? Because he told them in an earlier passage, right? Right, hold on. He told him in an earlier passage, he said, hey man, you can't see my face and live, but I'll let me see. Salakia. Uh verse 19.
God. Exodus 33:19.
Mm-hmm.
God, verse 20. And he said, Thou
Nah,
canst not.
19. 19.
Okay,
Start at
God.
19 and read 22.
And he said, I will make all my goodness pass before thee, and I will proclaim the name of Yahweh before thee. Mm.
This is
And
Yahweh
will be,
Shai speaking,
yeah, Khan, because he said
right?
it in the next chapter. That's right.
Yeah.
And will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. And he said, Thou canst not see my face, for there shall no man see me and live.
Uh-huh. And that's Yahweh, right? So it's a crazy conversation that's going on, but because Yahweh Shai is the word, right? The word of Yahweh. So he get a message from Yahweh as he's speaking. That's like if we having a conversation and you cut me off and you speaking because you captain over me and you speaking, boom, and then I jump back in. That's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. He's speaking for Yahweh, right, through himself. So you will see certain things like this. But all in all, he said he's gonna make his goodness to pass before thee, right? Because you
Mm,
can't see my face, but I'm gonna let you see a glimpse of me just so you know that I'm really with you, since that's what you asked for. Right? Let's go back to 34.
Khan, right. Exodus 34 and verse 8. Oh, we're at 9 now.
Read 8 again, that's all good.
Khan, let me start at 7, right? I want to touch
Yeah,
on something.
Khan.
Exodus 34 and 7. Keeping mercy for thousands, right? Forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children
And
unto
that's
the third
go
and
ahead.
to the fourth generation.
Kind. That's those wicked jakes that was in the wilderness when Yahweh was trying to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah was trying to knock all their head off and make Moses the high link in our family chain. You know what I mean? That's the same people he talking about right here. Y'all gotta get it. We already know the other nations gotta get it, but sometimes he be going hard on Israel and he tell them, hey, look, man, y'all gonna get it. That's why two
Hmm.
thirds gotta go, man.
That's right. That's right. And real quick, right, I want to touch on right here, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin. Right. Let me get that in I think it's John. No, it's Acts 4. Acts 5. It's lucky.
Bring it out.
Acts chapter 5 and verse 29, right? It says, Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, We
We
ought to
also
obey the Most High rather than men, right? The Most High, right? Yahweh of our fathers raised up Yahweh Shai, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree.
mm-hmm.
Him hath God exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins, right? So the Most High is the one who raised up Hamashiach Yahushai, to give us repentance and forgiveness of sins. That's why Yahweh Shai is saying here, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and
And
transgression and sin.
uh,
you know, so the Most High ultimately through Yahweh Shai, right, and Yahweh Shai through the Father are able to give us forgiveness of sins, man. But ultimately, the Most High Yahweh is the one who gives that authority,
Con.
to make it happen.
And you know what's crazy, bro? Yahweh Shah had to know all that time that he was going to eventually have to come down and save the children of Israel in the flesh. And even
Hmm.
knowing that, because that's the only thing, that's all, he knows all of that. The only thing he don't know is the time that the Most High is going to send him to execute judgment, right? So he had to know all of that. And still in all, when he got in his flesh, he still got vexed. Knowing everything, bro, he still got vexed, man. That's to show you how weak this flesh is, man.
Man, Khan, that's right. He was hella
Let's
vexed,
go.
man. All right,
Yeah,
verse 9.
for real. To
Uh-huh.
sweat blood, man, you got it, man.
Man.
To sweat blood, you gotta be going through it. You gotta be going through it.
Khan.
I have yet to sweat blood yet. You know what I mean?
Right. Exodus 34:9. And he said, If now I have found grace in thy sight, O Adawan, let my Lord, I pray thee, go among us. For it is a stiff necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take
Uh,
us for thine inheritance.
kind. He talking to Yahweh Shai right now. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because Yahweh already moved past. He going back to his throne, man. He said, I'll let you get a little glimpse of me. You know what I mean? Not deal with my son. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And he said,
God.
if I found grace in your sight, let my Lord, I pray thee, go among us. Right? And we know
Hmm.
Yahweh Shai was among us the whole time. Go ahead.
That's right. Verse 34. 34 and verse 10. And he
Yeah,
said,
kind.
Behold, I make a covenant before all thy people. It's like it. And he said, Behold, I make a covenant. Before all thy people I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation, and all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee.
Con. So go to the book of First Kings chapter 8 and verse 38. Because this is one of the works. This is the one of the works that the Lord had done that was never seen before. You know? I believe that's what I want. Or it's 18. Yeah,
First
con.
Kings
It might
chapter 18 or verse
yeah,
18?
it might be First Kings chapter 18 and verse 38. Con. Con, that's it. Start
Con,
at 30. No, yeah, just read 38. Get straight to the point.
First Kings 18 and 38. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench.
Con, that's a marvelous work, man. You understand what I'm
Mm,
saying? That's a marvelous work, man. He did them beforehand and he did it after. You feel what I'm saying? But beforehand, it was for Abraham's seed and on, right? Adam, Abraham, right, and his seed thereon. But these miracles that he about to start doing right now is for Jacob, it's for Israel, right? So and it's many miracles that he have done, right? Samson, taking the jawbone of a donkey, and slaying 1,000 people. He also took a jawbone of a donkey and water came out of it. You know,
mm.
these are different miracles that the Lord have done, man. Right? Let's go back to Exodus and read on down.
Con, right?
Verse 11.
Verse 11 here, Con, Slaki. Exodus 34:11. Observe thou that which I command thee this day. Behold, I drive out before thee the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite.
Go to 30, 33 and verse 2.
Con, Exodus 33 and 2.
Because Yahweh Shai already promised that he was going to send an angel before us to get rid of these nations slowly, so that way no beast of the field will come through and inhabit it, before we get there. So go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Con, Exodus 33 and 2. And I will send an angel before thee, and I will drive out the Canaanite, the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, the Hivite, and the Jebusite.
Uh-huh. So that angel, right, is that destroying, that devouring angel, man. Right, that Yahweh Shai gonna send through before us. All right, let's go back.
Con, verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. Mm.
Damn. Hey, read the top one more time, man. My bad. Read the top one
Con,
more time.
take heed to thyself,
So that's why
lest
Christ
thou.
came and told us. That's why
Mhm.
Christ came and told us, examine thyself. Right.
That's
That's why
right.
Paul told us, examine thyself. Right. Because, hey, man, look, them idols want to take a hold of your ass. As much as you don't think so, man, you got idols dwelling within you right now as we speak, man. And we here to cast down those idols. Some of us got
Right.
idols. You feel what I'm saying? We in the truth and we still got idols. You know what I mean? Hopefully more of them is righteous than wicked. You feel what I'm saying? But we still deal with sin like that. So that's why we gotta take heed to ourselves, right? Right, read
Uh-huh.
on. Read on.
Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land.
Man. All right, now go back to where we were.
Gone. Verse 13. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves.
Yeah, man, utterly destroy every god they got and all they stuff, man. Right, go ahead.
That's right, because it's gonna be a snare unto us, man. It's gonna be a trap, and Israel like to go off. You know,
Israel
they're gonna
love.
start making marriages with the heathen and start keeping their customs. That's why Yahweh just said, "Hey, man, just go in there and just destroy all of that, man. Take heed and just destroy it all, man. So that way y'all don't fall into that temptation and that trap,
Mm-hmm.
right?"
Israel don't like to go off, man. They love to go off. You know what I mean? It's different. Go
God,
ahead. Go
verse
ahead.
verse 14. For thou shalt worship no other God, for Yahweh, whose name is a jealous God, right? Let's get that real quick,
Go ahead.
just in case y'all forgot, right? What's jealous mean? Nah, right? Only of God, man. His
Yeah,
name is
that's it.
only me, man. Not him, not them, only me, man.
That's who you for. Your mama
Uh-huh.
tell you, your mama tell you what my mama be telling me, that you for me. You know what I mean? You for me. And that's what
Hmm.
Yahweh said, man. You know what I mean? His
Just
name is
like a
jealousy. You for
just like
me.
a wife that go off and the husband get jealous, man. Hey, you ain't only for me, man. You for the streets. You for
Yeah.
everybody. You know?
Yeah.
That's what Jose
Yeah.
was going through.
Hey, man, it was a blessing though with Hosea though, because she wasn't able to find nobody to go into her. She was
Mm.
out there trying to go hit the stroll again, but she couldn't find nobody to actually go into her, man. You know what I
Man,
mean? And brought her back to the brother Hosea, man. All right, let's
con,
go.
verse 15. Salakia. Yeah, verse 15. Right? Let's thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice.
Man, see, Yahweh so perfect, man. He knows, man. Like I was saying at the beginning of the class, he knows Israel like they his own children. So he know that if they around these things, they're gonna pick up on it, man. You know, like we didn't ever
Hmm.
question Christmas. It was just second nature to go with Christmas. When Israel around these things, man, they don't question it. They just go with it, man. And that's why he's like, hey, man, destroy all of that, because you're gonna keep on looking at it and say, man, that's the God of the Amorites, man. It's a dolphin with a star on top of it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna worship that one, see what it brings to me, right? That's just how stupid Israel is. But the Most High know us, man. Right? He knows the bastard kids and how much they go off, and he know Israel and how much they be enticed by these different shiny objects.
Con.
Right?
That's right. And the delicacies of food and stuff, man, on them golden plates.
Yeah, come just enticed, man.
That's right. Oh, you know what? That sacrifice, okay, it's kind of looking kind of delicious, man. A whole piece of lamb. Well, sacrifice. All right, man. Hey, man, they going off on a golden platter, man. The God from the God of the Amorites, right? Right. Verse 16. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, right? And their daughters go a whoring after their gods, right? Meaning what? Hey, man, these women. That's a huge tribulation on our people, man. Going after the women of these other nations, man.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And that's why I mean, Sirach, chapter 25, I mean 26, well 25 and 26, he goes in on us so hard about why not to take these other nations as wives, man.
Mm-hmm. Con. And that's another thing too, right? Because I got a brother, right? He's married to a what's it called, a Thai lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he don't keep the customs of that. He got a daughter with her, and what's that daughter being taught? Not the God of the Bible, but the God of the Thai people. I don't know who or the Buddha, right? Buddha and all that stuff, man. You know, and that woman is not going to teach or try to even make an inheritance with the God of the Bible, but the customs of a family that they grew up with. You know,
Yeah, exactly. You do have some that respect the laws, of Israel, when they, of the other nation, and they teach the kid the laws of the Bible and stuff like that. But they would have to be really humble and neglect their family to
that's right.
to do as you say, and that's a rarity, that's not normal for any woman nowadays. That's why it's better just for us to stay within our ethnic group.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Con. Verse 17. Thou shalt make thee no molten gods. Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how many times he told Israel that, and they still made them a molten god, man.
Man. Con. Real quick.
Well,
Let me read some of these Salakia Akim. Right. Shabbat Shalom, Chief. Kwam Yasharala. Kwam Yasharala. Right. Tama'ah Shabbat Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatah. Kwam Yasharala. That's right. That's right.
Barakathum.
Barakatham. All praises. Right. Moving on. Exodus 34 and 18. The feast of unleavened bread shalt thou keep. Right.
Mm-hmm.
7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread as I commanded thee.
Man, so that's a commandment. You in sin if you don't eat unleavened bread every one of the days of the feast of unleavened bread. I don't care
Con,
how nasty it is, how bad you made it, as long as it's unleavened. Hey man, like I said, man, last year my unleavened bread was absolutely atrocious, but I would eat it and drink water after it, and guess what? I got unleavened bread in my system, and I'm keeping that commandment.
con, let me eat a piece right now.
he
Scrumptious.
said, he said, hold out, let me grab one right now.
Mm-hmm.
I ate
Right.
one right before class started.
Con.
Con, go ahead.
Reading on. In the time of the month Abib, right? For in the month Abib, thou camest out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. All that openeth the matrix is mine.
Con, so he had to tell this to them a second time, right? The Most High is repetitive with Israel because we just don't understand, man. What we reading to 26, right?
Con. That's right.
Con, go ahead.
And every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. But the firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And if thou redeem him not, then shalt thou break his neck.
Mm-hmm.
All the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou redeem, and none shall appear before me empty.
Con, so every firstborn son that open up the matrix, you have to make a sacrifice of a lamb for that son. So every new wife you get, y'all have a boy, hey man, sacrificing to the Most High a lamb, and you could go a step further, and everything that may open at the matrix, man. You celebrate with a lamb, you know.
Mm-hmm. Verse 21. 6 days shalt 6 days thou shalt work, but on the seventh day thou shalt rest.
Mm-hmm.
In earing time and in harvest thou shalt rest.
Mm-hmm. Hey, no matter if your harvest and earing is plenteous, you have to rest on that day, man. Right? If it's gonna fall, let it fall. Let the homeless get it. You know what I mean? Let the poor get it. But you don't go touch that. Don't you touch that. That's what I gotta tell my daughter all the time, and that's what Yahweh told us, man. Don't you touch that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead.
Ah. Verse 22. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks,
Uh-huh. That's coming up soon.
of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end.
And the
Right.
Feast of Tabernacles at the year's end.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's go.
Thrice in the year shall all your men, children, appear before the Lord God, the God of Israel.
Con. So that's, hey man, 3 times in a year you have to be keeping these three statutes, man, these three laws, right? The Feast of First Fruit, the Feast of Tabernacle, Feast of Unleavened Bread. You have to be keeping those and appear before the Lord, man. And how do we appear before the Lord, man? We keep these commandments. The Lord is within us. We don't have to be in the land to keep these things, man. We appearing for the Lord by eating the unleavened, right? We appearing before the Lord by roasting the lamb, right? So don't let
Ah,
nobody say that you ain't appearing before the Lord. You ain't in the land, so you can't keep this. They wasn't in the land in Exodus.
mm-hmm.
Go
That's
ahead,
right.
go ahead.
Verse 24. For I will cast out the nations before thee and enlarge thy borders.
Uh-huh. Hey, and how long was they in the wilderness before they made it to the land of Canaan?
40 years.
40 years, man. And in 2 years they got this here. So 38 years, roughly, 38 years, they was keeping the Passover in the wilderness. We in
Hmm.
the wilderness right now, right? So keep the
That's right.
Passover in the wilderness, man, till those days be fulfilled and we become new, right? Go ahead.
Don't let nobody bewitch you and saying, "Oh, we ain't in the land, so we don't have to keep the Passover, man." Nah, man. We in the wilderness. Keep that Passover, man.
That's right.
Hey, Tobit did that, man. Tobit wasn't in the land. He still kept the Passover.
You
You know.
better, you better. Until you niggas that's not, man, y'all. Hey, look, man, y'all better repent. For something that y'all might have been a doctrine that y'all might have been tossed to and fro with. You need to repent, man, from that wickedness, man. You can't have a whole bunch of teachers, man, and you can't get this understanding by yourself, man. You need to be taught, man. But you niggas deal with a lot of pride, man. And Lord gonna humble you, man. If we can't humble you with the scriptures, the Lord gonna humble you. All right, there's no way
Uh,
around. There's no way around it. And that's if He want to use you. He might let you get destroyed in your pride, man. But it's up to you, man. Make a choice, man. Be humble. Keep the Passover. Keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and gain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
hmm Work it out. Right. Read on. Neither shall any man desire thy land
Mm-hmm.
when thou shalt go up to appear before Yahweh thy power thrice in the year.
Three times in a year, man. And what we had then, man, we had the Ark of the Covenant, right, and the
Hmm.
tabernacle. But we wasn't in the land though. You know what I mean? We was not in the land. So you can't say we have to be in Jerusalem to keep this thing, man. And everything that's in the temple is within us, man. Ye are the temple of God, man.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
God. Verse 25. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven.
With sin, man. You cannot offer the blood of his sacrifice with leaven, man. With sin, man. Right, read on.
Neither shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left unto the morning.
Because the Most High had to raise up Christ when he passed, right? And he
Hmm.
couldn't be left on that cross until the morning, man.
That's right. I got a matter of fact, I got a precept on that, I believe. Deuteronomy 22.
And that's why it says in Corinthians, man, purge out therefore the leaven, right? Before you even partake in the Passover, because you don't want to have sin in you, you know, on a high level that you sinning. You don't want to have that on you while you partake in the Passover, while you eat unleavened bread every day for 7 days. So you could purge out, so you can know to purge out those sins and keep those sins out, man. Unleavened bread is you eating, right? Good bread, good doctrine, man. You you not trying to go back into that sin, man. You know what I mean? Through this feast of unleavened bread. Like next year, you should be even better when Passover come around. It shouldn't be no questions asked that you haven't got better in that year, man.
Let me look at my book because I got it highlighted. It'll be better.
What you looking for?
Uh, um, 23, 21 and 23 right here. Right.
Con.
Deuteronomy 21 and 23 says, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree.
Mm.
Right. But thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For
Mm-hmm.
he that is hanged is accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. Right.
And they was in the land, man. Where the
Hmm.
Lord got crucified, he was in the land, man.
Right. And Yahweh Shai, he's not accursed from the Most High, so therefore he didn't remain on that tree all night. You know,
Con.
his body shall not remain all night upon the tree.
That's why they
You see
got him
that?
down when they came once it was evening they was trying to get him up off of that tree.
That's right. That's right.
They got him off and put him in a sepulcher, right?
Mm-hmm. Verse 26. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring unto the house of the Lord thy power. Thou
Hold on,
shalt
hold on,
not
hold on, hold
con.
on. So when it says the first fruits of the first fruits of thy land, thou shalt bring it unto the house of Yahweh thy power. It's talking about you got to bring that unto the Levites, man. The
Mm-hmm.
Lord don't really eat fruit like that. He don't want to deal with fruit like that. You know what I mean? They could beat the ears of the corn and dry them out and burn them in the fire, and they could beat corn and throw them in the fire or whatnot. But the Lord don't deal with apples, oranges, bananas. He don't want none of that, right? So that all that first fruit stuff is for the Levites, man. And that's even talking
That's
about the
right.
fruit of your cattle, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We even got to give
That's the
Levi. We even got to give Levi first fruits of our cattle, man. You know what I mean? So,
that's
but go
right.
ahead. What you was gonna say?
That's real tithing right there. I know
Yeah.
damn fiat fake money, man. You bring a tenth of your first fruits, man. Okay, I'm gonna bring the first fruits of my sheep, my cattle, my corn, whatever I sold through the week, or the wives sold through the week, the linen garments and all these materials. You bring that to the Levites, man.
Uh,
Right? Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
hmm So you don't wanna cook a kid when they still early in the milk, man. Right? And I
Hmm.
believe that's within the first like 8 days or something like that.
Yeah,
You don't
Con.
want
That's right.
yeah, you don't want to eat a animal, right? A kid or the goats, or anything like that when they in the first 8 days of their mother's
Yeah,
milk.
that's right. That's right.
All right, that's
Um,
it. Now let's
all that
go.
we read and what we hear is what we do.
Con, we don't have to say that when we don't finish the chapter, but
For the whole chapter,
we
Con.
do what we read and hear to the best of our ability.
That's right.
All right, so go to this Ezekiel.
Uh, all right, real quick. No comments. Okay, Con. That's right. I do know that's right. That's right. Con. See, I got your notepads for this one, man. This one's kind of swift. It's not nothing that's gonna drag along. It's kind of easy. So get your notepads ready for this one, man. Valley of Dry Bones, the classic. We're getting into it. Shalom to the five viewers up in here. All praise to the Most High.
Con, call lawyer. How about you, Shah?
All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 1, right? The vision of the valley of the dry bones, right? And it reads, the hand of Yahweh was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones
Mm-hmm.
and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
Con. You got precepts you want to bring out on that?
Not yet. If you got one right now, come.
Yeah, con. Let's go to Psalms chapter 23 and read all of them.
Psalms chapter 23 and verse 1. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Where is the valley of the shadow of death?
Sin.
Con and America,
Mm-hmm.
right? America is the valley of the shadow of death, man. Right? Because all we see is death in America. The food is even death. It's death in the pot, man. It's hard to find food that doesn't have any genetically modified um um things.
Auditives.
Yeah, up in them things. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So go ahead.
God. For thou art with me,
Mm-hmm.
thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Khan, what is the rod and the staff? Right? The rod is the judgment, right? And thy staff is thy strength, right? Comfort me.
Mm-hmm.
Us getting judged, right? And earning strength, that comforts us, right? To make it all the way into the end. Read on.
God. And on another fold, you know, the staff also can be looked at as the shepherd's staff, how he's leading us,
All
just
right,
like he
lead.
says up here, he leadeth beside the still waters. When you know you following the most high, hey, that's a comforting feeling, man.
Yep.
You
Thy
following your
judgment.
shepherd.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thy judgment and thy staff, right? That's thy shepherd. They comfort me, man. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over.
Con. So that's what we know, man. Our head is anointed because we know that as we're going through these afflictions, there's a table, a kingdom being prepared for us, man. That's already prepared, right? How we know? Because Yahweh Shah prepared that table, right? And all we doing is doing the work till we're able to sit down at it, right? And his cup runneth over because guess what? With all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we get, we pass it to our brother, and that allow our cup to runneth over, right? Read on.
Come. Verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Mm. And I will dwell in the house of Yahweh
Forever,
forever.
man. Because our seed goes on forever, man. Right? And let's get a precept on the full of bones. All right. Let's go to Psalm chapter 63. Because we know the a bone is your family, right? So when it says a valley of dry bones, it's a valley of your people, right? Your kindred being dry, man, destitute, lack of wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Go ahead.
Um, the whole thing,
Verse
or
verse one. Nah, just verse one.
Con, Psalm 63:1. When he was in the wilderness of Judah, Salaki, a psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah.
Yeah, kind.
O God, thou art my power. O Yahweh, thou art my power. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee.
My soul, what?
Thirsteth for thee.
So that's the problem, man. Nobody is thirsting for Yahweh, so they're dry. They're destitute of wisdom, man. Go ahead.
My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land.
Where is that dry and thirsty land? Right? In
Our
captivity.
captivity. That's right.
Yeah, in
Uh-huh.
captivity. But for us in America, it's America, man. Right?
Mhm.
And what else it says?
Where no water is.
And there's no wisdom out there, man. When we turn on the TV, man, it's nothing but folly and vanity, right? Uh, go back to Ezekiel.
Con,
All right, Con, read that precept one more time. One.
con. The hand of Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Go to Job 30, 33 and 19.
This is Job 33 and verse 19. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain.
And that's his family, right? Read on.
So that his life abhorreth bread.
So you in famine, man. You're not even getting no knowledge, man. Right?
Mhm.
Go ahead and
And his
Salakia, and your bones is hurting because you're not getting nourished. Right? Go ahead.
soul dainty meat.
Go look up that word dainty.
Desirous meat, you know.
You want to eat though.
hmm
You
Things
want to
desired.
you want to get some of that spiritual food. That's why your ass is in that Christian church all the time. When really you need to sit down and open the Bible for yourself. Right? Go back.
Con.
Go ahead.
Verse,
Go ahead.
verse 21. His flesh is consumed away.
It said his what?
His flesh is consumed away.
Why? Because you're not eating and drinking of the scriptures. So your flesh is consumed away. This is how you become bone. Right? Go ahead.
Becoming anorexic,
Uh-huh.
that it cannot be seen.
That it can what?
Not be seen.
So what do you look like? Bones. Right? Go
hmm
ahead.
And his bones that were not seen stick out.
And they out, man. You feel what I'm saying? Your flaws stick out, man. How much you love this world stick out, man. Right? But what you need to do is come back to this living water and to this living bread, man, and come your ass back to life. That way your sinews could attach themselves back to your bones. Right? Read on.
God. Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave.
His soul draweth near unto death. Right? Your body is drawing near unto death, man. With all your finger popping and gang signs, your soul is drawing near unto death, man. You look like you are destitute of food and drink.
God.
Right? Tattoos all on your face make you look dead, man.
That's right.
Go go ahead.
And his life to the destroyers.
To the what?
Destroyers.
Man. Right? Let's go back. Let's go back to Ezekiel.
God.
Read that precept one more time.
God. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Go to Job 10 and 11. See, we got to get an understanding, man, on what these people are, man, who these people are, and why they are dry and destitute of water and food, man. Right? Go ahead.
God. Job chapter 10, verse 11.
Start at
Thou,
9. Start at 9.
God. Verse 9. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into dust again? Hast thou not poured me out as milk, and
So what is
curdled
the
me?
milk? The milk is the easy portion of the scriptures, man. Finding out who you are, keeping the commandments, keeping the faith in Yahweh Shah. The Lord has poured me out as in milk. Milk is nutrition, right?
That's right,
And
that's
go
right.
ahead.
God. And then it says, and curdled me like cheese.
And so when cheese is curdled, guess what? It doesn't get touched for a while, right? And you
Right?
turn it and you press it and you turn it and you press it and then you let it sit, right? So you dealing with this milk for a long time and it's gonna curdle like cheese. When you drink sour milk, that was almost going into the cheese phase, right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. Thou hast clothed me with skin and flesh,
Mm-hmm.
and hast fenced me with bones and sinews.
Go ahead.
Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath
Has
preserved my
preserved my
spirit.
spirit. Man, right? So we need to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments at our front list so we could keep our bones and our sinews. Because if not, we'll dry up like everybody else that's around this world, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Micah, chapter 3 and verse 1. I got a plethora of precepts on verse 1 alone.
Con. I start hitting them at verse 5. Con, all praises.
Yeah,
Micah
come
3
on.
and 1. And I said, Hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob,
Oh, who?
and O heads of Jacob,
Uh-huh.
and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment?
Go ahead.
Who hate the good and love the evil,
Jacob and Israel.
who pluck off their skin from off them.
Your skin is your strength, man. Your skin is your knowledge, man. Your wisdom, right? And all
Mhm.
that cometh from Yahweh, man. You pluck your own skin off, man, by rejecting the words of Hamashiach Yahushua, right?
That's right.
Rejecting the words of Yahweh, right? You plucking your skin off, man. You making yourself destitute by rejecting correction, right? That's why it's so good to accept reproof and correction, man, because you putting that skin back on you, right? Go ahead.
Con. And their flesh from off their bones.
Khan, you just eating yourself away, man, diving into wickedness, man, because we hate good and we love the evil, man. So when you look at niggas with the chopper, you feel what I'm saying? I'm already, you know what I mean, but I'm healed. I put my skin and my meat and my flesh back up on me, man. You feel what I'm saying? But when you see all them tattoos and all this thing and the guns everywhere and money everywhere and all this nonsense, man, guess what? They're eating their own flesh off of their bones. Why? Because they're killing each other. That's you eating your own flesh off of your bone, man. You robbing each other. Why? Because you selling them clothes for a high price, right? So Israel need to watch out for that too, man. How many gifts are you giving away, man? Are you giving away more gifts than you're profiting off of? You know, are you putting the most high first and not money, man? You gotta watch that, man, because you'll commit usury on your people, and guess what you're doing? You picking off the meat of your flesh, man. Your flesh is your people, right? Go ahead.
Con. Verse 3. Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them.
Because you just
Mm.
committing usury upon the people of the Most High, man. Right, go ahead.
Con, let me get that real quick. That flay, right? You flay the skin from off your people. Let's get that, right? Strip, strip off, make a dash, raid, spread out to
Mm.
strip off. Man,
So, like you do with a fish and the bone, how you fillet the fish, that's what you're doing with your brother, man, when you commit usury upon him. Right, go ahead.
con, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces.
Con. Hey, man, that's what you're doing, man. When you're doing that to your own self, man. You done cut off your hand, your finger. How many murders you got? You done destroyed yourself, man. Right? You done destroyed yourself, man. You need to watch that, bro. And that hatred is the same thing as you pulling a trigger to your brother's face, man. So watch the hatred that you got for your people, because what you're doing is you chopping them in pieces, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's
You
right.
chopping yourself in pieces, man. All that hatred you got for your brethren, man. Right? Go ahead.
Con, that's right. Right. They break off their bones and chop them in pieces, and what do you do with that? As for the pot,
Mm-hmm.
and as flesh within the cauldron. Hey, you
Yeah.
cooking your brethren up, man. You cooking yourself
And,
up, man.
and a
To be
cauldron is
devoured and destroyed.
yeah, kind. A cauldron is that big pot that you see witches deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead, verse 4, and then we're gonna go back.
Con, verse 4. Then shall they cry unto Yahweh, but he will not hear them.
Mm-hmm.
He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings.
So you have to watch that, man. And you have a lot of blood to get off all of your hands. So you brothers need to repent and come to camp, man. Right? Because we got a lot of blood to wash off, man.
That's
Let's
right.
go back to Ezekiel
That's
chapter
right.
1. I mean, chapter 37, verse 1.
Con. Ezekiel 37 and 1 again. The hand of Yahweh was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones.
Which was dry family members, man. Family members that's dying out, man. Right?
That's right.
Let's go. Let's go. Read on.
And caused me to pass by them round about. And
Come.
behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
And that's why we wave the hand in the middle of a street of a place of concord, man. A place that's just going berserk, man. That's where we want to wave the hand, because if we wag the hand in that place, guess what? We're gonna bring life unto them bones, man. Right?
That's
Let's
right.
go
That's
to the
right.
book. Let's go to the book of Hosea chapter 2 and verse 2.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 2 and verse 2. Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband.
So this is what happened when the Most High had turned his face away from us, man. Right? This is Hosea pleading to his kids to, hey, go get your mother from off that street. Right? She not gonna find nothing. She trying to get these idols, right? But tell her to come back home, man, because she not gonna find nothing, man. Right? Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead, because what Salakia, because what the Most High want, He want us to come back to Him in truth, in honor, right, in respect, right, and in
Mm-hmm.
having faith, man. Right, that's how the Most High wants us to come back, man. Fully
Right. In
trusting in Him,
sincerity. That's right.
in sincerity and in truth, man. Fully trusting in Him that He's gonna do as He said, and respect Him, man. Right, don't go looking back to those other idols, man. Right, go ahead.
Con. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight,
So clean yourself up and come back to me, man, so I could turn my face towards you instead of turn my face away from you. Read.
and her adulteries from between her breasts.
So when you have adulteries in between your breasts, you cherish them, you nourishing them. When your mama hug you and she bring you close, or your wife hug you and she bring you close, and you're within her breast, you know that that embrace is sincere, right? So these people, right, these Israelites, is holding these idols sincerely, man. The damn worshiping all the saints, man, worshiping the mother Mary, right? All these different things, they hold these things near and dear unto themselves, man. Right? Read verse 3.
Verse 3. Lest I strip her naked
So that's
and
what we out here. That's what we out here to do, is to strip you naked from those idolatries, man. Right? Go ahead.
con, and set her as in the day that she was born.
And make you new, man. Why? Because the Most High said you have to be reborn, right? So you're gonna have to be reborn, and you're gonna be set new. You're gonna be a new creature in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and He's gonna forgive you of your iniquities, according to Acts chapter 17 and verse 30. Man, He's gonna wink at all of that, man, and make you new, man. Right? So you Northern Kingdom brothers, y'all need to really wake up, man. And to you Levite brothers and sisters, man, y'all need to wake up, because we really need y'all, man. Right? Go ahead.
Mhm. Con, and make her as a wilderness.
And dry her out, man. Why? So that way you could be able to grow, you could be able to grow again. I'm gonna give you new nutrition. I'm gonna give you better nutrition, but first I gotta dry you out, because you
Mm-hmm.
think that you know what's best because you got fruit, you got plenty of stuff going on, right? But not knowing that all your fruit is of wickedness. Now I'm gonna dry you out so I can make you of righteousness, right? Go ahead.
And set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst.
And slay her with thirst. Why? Because now you're gonna thirst after that water. You're gonna come
That's
to the
right.
knowledge and the truth. You're gonna come back to life. But first, I gotta dry you out, man. right? First, you gotta repent and come as a little child, man. Right?
That's
Let's go
right.
back
That's
to
right.
let's go back to Ezekiel
Con. Ezekiel
and read
37 and verse 2
two.
again. Con.
Yeah,
And caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry.
Revelations 12 and 14. Because we gotta understand something, man. We're gonna be saved from this area, from the valley of dry bones, man. Right? From
Mm-hmm.
the valley of the shadow of death. We're gonna be saved, man. Right? Read on.
Con. Revelation 12 and 14. And to the woman were given two wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness,
Mm-hmm.
into her place,
Mm-hmm.
where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent.
So that's what we're doing, man. We're under the wings of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, and we're being nourished, right? So that way we could come out of this wilderness and we could be set on high again and flee the face of the serpent, man, and get away from these damn heathen that got us going off every day, even on accident. That's why we have to pray for forgiveness of the sins that we don't even know we have committed, man. At some point of the day, you put something before the Most High. How do I know? Because you have to go to work. How do I know? Because you have to be on your phone, right? How do I know? Because you have to check on Facebook, right? That's you have to go on Instagram. You have to go to the gym, right? All these things is getting, hey man, you might be doing the work, you might be doing it for the work of the Most High, but sometimes you get into these things and the Most High is not at the forefront of your brain, man, right? And when you put something before the Lord, guess what? That's an idol, right? That's something that you putting before the Most High, man, right? So you have to watch that thing and make sure you're doing everything in righteousness. So that way it's like, okay, I might be doing this, but it's all for the honor and glory of the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, right? But
Con. Real quick, I
Khan,
want to touch on 14 real quick,
yeah, Khan.
right?
So in Revelation 12, 12 and 14, right, is letting us know that we need to come up out of her, my people, right? And stay up under the wings of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah and get nourished until we get away from this damn serpent. Right? Go ahead.
That's right. That's right. And to touch on that great eagle that with the two wings, right? Just imagine you walking through the wilderness, right? You sweating, everything's destitute. You seeing mirages and all these things round about, but then you see a great eagle come down, sit on the top of the cliff of the rock, expand his wings. Hey, what you gonna do? You gonna run under that wings and get that shield and that shade, man.
That's
Right?
right.
So let me get Psalm 91 in verse number 4, right? And it reads, He shall cover thee with his feathers,
Khan.
and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Yep.
His truth, right? And what's the truth? The law, statutes, and commandments, man, right?
And the
Shall
faith.
be, and the faith, right? Shall be thy shield and buckler, right?
Mm.
We keep these law, statutes, commandments. We have the faith. We see that eagle on that cliff of the rock while we destitute in this wilderness known as America and our captivity. We're going to run into that thing, and that's going to be a shield and a buckler unto us, man. What's that mean? A shield, right? That means our defense, and a buckler means our offense, man. Most High is going to fight for us and defend us at the same time.
That's
Con?
right. Right. That's
That's
right, man. Just like he did in the book of Exodus, man.
right.
Right.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Going back.
Let's go to 3.
Con. Ezekiel 37 and 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? Right? Hey, could we bring that back, these bones back to life? Right? And I answered, O Lord Yahweh, thou knowest. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord.
So that's how you're gonna be healed. That's how you're gonna be nourished. That's how you're gonna put sinews and skin and flesh back on your bones, man. Is when you hear ye the word of the Lord, man. Go to Psalms 22 and 15.
Uh, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
My strength is dried up like a potsherd,
Mm-hmm.
and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws.
Mm-hmm.
And thou hast brought me into the dust of death.
Hey man,
Mm,
Lord had broke them down, man. Go to that posture.
con. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, right? Let's see what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Earthenware, clay pottery, shard pot, earthen vessel.
Uh-huh. Con.
Hmm.
And then go
Dried
to
up.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying dried up, man. You know, you looking at let me get some water. My soul's thirsty, man. You looking at thing's dry, man.
Yeah, nothing
They're
to
trying
drink.
to uh, tongue
And
all
your
dry and all
and your
that.
tongue
You know?
cleaver to your jaws, man. Meaning you
Uh-huh.
trying to suck the last bit of spit up off of your mouth, man. Right?
Man.
You jammed up, man. Why? Because there's nowhere for you to drink, man. There's nowhere to get this living water, man. But right now, you got a stream coming past you, man. Go ahead and put you a cup in there, man, and grab some of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And thou hast brought me unto the dust, man. You done brought me into a lower state. The Lord is breaking you down to build you up, man. Right? Read verse 16. And this is how we know that this is America where we thirsting at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Con. Verse 16. For dogs have compassed me.
And you can't go
The
without seeing a heathen in America, man. It's an Asian, it's a Thailand, like you said. It's a damn white person on every damn corner, right? It's a damn African everywhere you go. You know what I mean? You got the damn cushy all over the goddamn place, right? Go ahead.
con. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me.
And they just enclose us, man. You see the cops soon as you do something, or soon as you might be walking up the street and you fit the description, and they just encamp and close around you, man. Read on.
Mm-hmm. Con. Just for a call, man. They bring 8 cops out there just for a minor call, and they don't even know what's going on themselves, man. Hey, we
Con.
around. They closed us round about, man.
Uh-huh.
Right. They pierced my hands and my feet.
And when you start tripping out, like, what are y'all doing here? What do they do, man? They put you in a thing called a hog tie, right? And they tie up your hands close to your chest, right? And they tie up your legs on your feet and your kneecaps, man. They pierced us, right? They pierced our hands and our feet, man. They pierced our doings and uh our
Our
feet,
goings.
the thing that we go into, right? Which is the laws. We supposed to go into the laws, but they pierced that, right? They made new laws. They made Christ white. They made him the all loving hugs and kisses power, right? Not knowing that Christ is coming back with a sword to devour the heathen and the rebellious of the children of Israel. Read 17.
God. And on another fold, real quick, right? They pierce my hands and my feet. Hey, man, they hinder our works we're supposed to be doing for the Most High and our
Mm-hmm.
goings roundabout. We're supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
going upon our daily lives in righteousness, man. And they hindered this from us, man.
Yep.
You know?
That's right. That's correct, bro. That's what I was explaining, but that's a better way to that's a damn sure a better way to explain it, man. Go ahead.
Verse 17. I may tell all my bones.
I may tell all my bones, man, all my family, right? All my people, I may tell, man. Right, go ahead.
Mhm. They look and stare upon me.
But they just looking and staring, man. When really they need to come sit down and get what we're putting out, man. That you are a child of Israel and you need to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right?
Hmm.
But this is a prophecy of him maintaining all of his bones too, man. You know, this is a prophecy of Christ, but we are Christ, right? We're in the same lot as Christ, man. When we pick up our cross, guess what? Christ is in us, man. Right? So that means everything that we're doing, everything that we're going through, he's going through also. Right? That's why it also says in another prophecy, in Revelations, it says Salakia, um, in that same city where the Lord was crucified, right? But we know the Lord wasn't crucified in America, right? But we are crucified. Judah are crucified in America, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
let's
right.
go back to Ezekiel. That's enough on that. Let's go back to Ezekiel.
Con. Right.
No, matter of fact,
Ezekiel.
one more. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 24. Before we
Okay,
go
con.
back to that. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 24. But because we gotta understand something, man. These prophecies mean a lot, man. And these are the things we need to be deep diving up into, man. And we are who the prophecies, the seers, let's put it like that, who the seers have saw, man. They saw
Mm-hmm.
us, man, and what we was going through, right? And what we are going through today, man. And that's why they were so sore afraid and weeping so much, is because they saw Israel today destitute, right? Lacking of water, man. Go ahead.
It's the book of the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 25. And it reads, right? It's lucky.
Start at 24.
24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Because wisdom moves just like water, man, right? Even more
That's
than
right.
water. Go ahead.
She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
So the reason why she's better than water is because water can't go through everything. You feel what I'm saying? But wisdom can, because wisdom
Mhm.
is everything is made by wisdom,
That's right.
right? Go ahead.
For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
The Most High God, right? Go ahead.
Mhm. Therefore, can no defiled thing fall into her.
So you got to be keeping the commandments to get full on understanding and full on wisdom, huh? Right? Go ahead.
Verse 26. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light,
Mm.
the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High.
Because we're
And,
made in the Most High's image. So the more that we keep these laws, right, there's less spots. You can see clearly that these people are the children of the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
and the image of his goodness.
hmm And his goodness is his works, right? His laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? Let's go back.
God, God. Verse Ezekiel 37 and verse 5. Right? Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. Right?
Uh,
And what's that going into? Right?
I'll
Let's go.
read.
Let's
I'll read from here.
okay, con. Right? We got a precept on that one. Going back to the matter of fact, Salakia is not in there. Going back, right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 again. Right? Right? What's that breath? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 5. Wait, am I in? Am I in it? Yeah,
Yeah.
con. Salaki, real quick. I probably wrote it down wrong.
Nah, it looked like the
But
7.
verse 7.
Yeah, it looked like that's what you want.
Uh
Nah, that ain't it. But I just read about breath on 24.
yeah, that was, I think that's the precept I wrote down wrong. Salaki, right? I'm going back. It's not right there.
Yeah, con.
Right?
So read. I'll read it.
Right.
Where we
Yeah,
at?
go ahead.
5? You want me to
Yeah,
you want me
30.
to read 5?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
All right,
con,
con.
go ahead.
Thus said the Lord Yahweh unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter you, and ye shall live. Verse 6. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye
Mm.
shall live. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 7.
If I find it, I'll just tap back into it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2 and verse 7. And Yahweh thy power formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Why? Because before we got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from Yahweh, we were just doing anything we wanted to do, like the other heathen nations, man. But the Lord grabbed us and brought us in. He grabbed at the Adamites and brought them in to his marvelous light, man, which is the breath of light, which is keeping the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? And because he
Hmm.
formed us from the dust of the ground, man, right? We know that we came out of water, right? We came out of water, but was there earth under the water? Yes, right? But we came out of water, man. He formed us out of the dust of the ground, meaning he brought us from a lower state, man, because we were living nasty like those damn, well, I ain't gonna say that we was like those Africans, but we were doing dumb stuff and we didn't have the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, right? And that's the breath of life. Go back.
Yeah, 7 and 25 is what I wanted, but you already touched on that. All
Bring it out
praises.
again. Bring it out again. Israel,
Con.
Israel is a stupid, stiff-necked people, man. So we need to
Right.
hear things 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 times because we just don't understand, man.
Right. Con. Ezekiel 37:5. Right. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you. Right. Wisdom of Solomon says what? 7 and 25. Right. What is that breath? Real quick again. Right.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Right. And what's wisdom known as? The mother of, right? For she is the breath
Yeah.
of the power of God and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, through the spirit, I got a precept popping up in my head. Let's get Sirach chapter.
30 and 15.
So nah, it's at the beginning. I think it's verse, yeah, it's 3.
Con.
Sirach 3, right? Um, right? Real quick, verse 3. Sirach 3 and 3. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sin, right? And that father is going to not just your mortal father, but the father which is the most high, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, right? Verse 4. And he that honoreth his mother, right, honoreth wisdom, is what? Is as one that layeth up treasure. Treasure where? Treasures in heaven, you know? There's more on that. Yeah. Right here, verse 8, right? Sirach 3 and 8. Honor thy father and mother, meaning what? Honor the father, his law, statutes, commandments, and wisdom, both in word and in deed, the works that you do, right? That what? That a blessing may come upon thee from them, right? Keeping this law, statutes, and commandments, and operating in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, so we can receive the rightful blessing that's been promised to us through the inheritance, right? Right here. For the blessing of the father establishes the houses of the children. Meaning what? We're not going to be destitute. We're not going to be cast into a dry land in the wilderness and become these dry bones, right? But the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. Meaning what? Hey, you don't keep wisdom in your body, and you ain't flowing with the water of wisdom, drinking of the water of wisdom, right? To fill up your spirit. Guess what, man? You're gonna be rooted out. You don't have a strong foundation, man. You see that?
Come on.
Con. Um, is there more on that? I'll probably get a little more.
Get up there.
No, that's it. That's it on that, right? So the mother is the wisdom that we need Father is the law, statutes, and commandments we need to obey. Marry these two things together, man, and have good parents, right, to guide us in this world, man. You know, going back to Ezekiel, right, 37:5. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, right, unto the people, behold, I will cause breath, right, wisdom, to enter into you, and ye shall live. Mm, right? And where does wisdom all come from, right? Real quick, through the spirit. The very beginning of Sirach, man. Sirach chapter 1 and verse 1, right? Let's get down to the prologue right here, right? Sirach 1 and 1. All wisdom is from the Lord, and with him it remains forever. The sand of the sea, the drops of rain, and the days of eternity, who can count them? The height of heaven, the breadth of the earth, the abyss, and wisdom, who can search them out? Wisdom was created before all things, right? Hey, man, and that goes into what the Most High having all of the wisdom, right? No man could even understand the plethora of wisdom and knowledge that the Most High carries, right? Because He knows all these things, right? The days of eternity, the height of heaven, the breadth of the earth. Hey, man, this is why He calls Himself what? The fountain. All right, let's get that real quick. Fountain of wisdom. Uh, right here, Proverbs 18:4, right? And it reads, the words of the mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a gushing stream, right? So this is why we got to come with our dry earthly vessels, our dry pottery, right? Because the fountains of the Most High has an everlasting amount of wisdom. So we got to go and get that bucket or that pot and fill up some of the wisdom that He's able to dish out unto us, man. It's not up to us to know the height of heaven or the things according to His plethora of knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Right? But He still gives us enough wisdom so we can come to that fountain and fill up the amount of wisdom we need to live and not be a dry bone. Con? Right? Going back. Right? Let's go back to Ezekiel. Right? Um, Matter of fact, that was back in Sirach again, real quick. Sirach 1 and 5, right? I'm gonna read that part. What does it say? 6, 3, 4, 6, 9, 8, 9. Hold on. It's that version right here. Let me go back to the KJV, man. Right. They messing things up. Right.
Con.
KJV real
It's
quick.
nothing like the original.
Right. Right. Sorry. Oh man. Right. So again, man, the very beginning of Sirach, man. Sirach chapter 1 and verse 1. Right. Where's 1 at? Why do they count that as 1? Right here. 1, right? All wisdom cometh from the Lord and is with him forever. Right.
Con.
Now, verse 5, the word of the Most High is the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments, man, right? Because guess what, man? The Most High, like again, He has a plethora of wisdom that we don't even understand. So all we got to do is come
Right.
with our earthly vessels and our pots, go fill up the amount of wisdom He's able to dish out unto us, man. It's not up to us to know the height of heaven or all things, man. He knows all of
The
that, right?
depth
The
of the
drops of
sea.
rain, the days of eternity, the depths of the sea, height of heaven, the breadth of the earth, right? Hey, the Most High knows all of that, right? But He still is the fountain of water, the fountain of wisdom, right? That we're able to come with our earthly vessels and fill that thing up, man, with what He deems necessary for us to use, so that way we may live and not be a dry bone,
Con.
you know? So yeah, just to end on that one, going back now to Ezekiel, right? Con. Verse 5 again, thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath, right? Wisdom, right? That fountain of water to enter into you. Now we drinking, we get that earthly dry vessel, that pot, and we drink some of the wisdom that he's able to give us, man. He's not going to give us all his wisdom that he has. He gives us enough wisdom, man, to make us live, right? And ye shall live. Con. Verse 6. And I will lay sinews upon you, right? Let's get that real quick, man, for the chat. What's sinews, man? Because that's the second time we went through that word, right? Salakia. Sinews, right? A tendon, right? Meat on your bones, man. You know, you're not just a skeleton out here no more. Hey, man, you getting that meat, tendons, right? Your bones are attaching themselves. You see this little meat part that attaches from this bone to this bone. You know, hey, you getting buff in this thing, man. You know, Khan Salakia. Got to hear that beat, right?
Come,
You get tendons, man. You getting meat in this thing, man. Now you're not a skeleton no more, and now you're growing, and you got muscles in this thing. And guess what? Now we working out in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Cap Gabawar be doing. You know what I'm saying? 180 pounds or something, man. Lifting up the spirit, man. You
yeah,
know,
come. All praises.
Khan. That's it on that, right? You want to chime in on that, or you want to wait
I
real quick? I gotta finish it off,
Con, go ahead.
right? I will lay sinews upon you and will bring what? Up flesh upon you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And cover you with skin and put breath, what's that breath? That wisdom, right? In you, and ye shall live.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall know that I am Yahweh.
Con. So look, in verse 6 it tells you, and I will lay sinews upon you. When you have sinews join the bone together, right?
Mm.
And we know we are the blood, we are the body of Christ, right? So when it's telling you I will lay sinews upon you, hey man, I'll bind you back together with your brother, because it says, and I will bring flesh upon you, right? So to your body, right, to the body of the congregation that you're in, he's gonna bring in flesh upon you, man. Right? He's gonna bring your family upon you, man. Right? And then he's gonna cover you with skin, man. Cover you with what? With skin. What is that skin? Right? That atonement, man. For that body, right? And put breath in you. Putting breath in you would be putting wisdom in you, which is, you have to, the only way to get wisdom is for you to have knowledge and understanding, right? And keeping the commandments, man. And that's how you gain wisdom, right? You gain wisdom by keeping the commandments, then you get the knowledge, the understanding, and then you get wisdom, right? And ye shall know that I am Yahweh, man, right? Because when they see us as a body, right, that has the sinews and everything put back up on them, put the flesh back on them, brothers. Hey, they see us and say, that's a wise and understanding people, man. Right? So we're being healed. That's the sinew. The sinew is Israel being healed, man. What's the flesh? Bringing us back together as a family, becoming one flesh, right? And cover you. That covering is that blood of a Mashiach Yahushua that atones for our sins, man. And then what? Put breath in you. So as you repenting, right, the Lord is putting his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding within you.
That's right. That's right. Khan. Reading on.
Go
hmm
ahead.
Verse 7. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together.
And the what?
Bone, the
And the what?
bones came together.
And that family came together, man. We come together when we wake, when we heal that bone, when we grab that bone and get the sinew healed back onto the body, they come together, man. So that's why you see these big bodies of Hebrew Israelites and these small bodies that's gaining more body parts, is because when we prophesy unto the bones, they come into the body, man. Right? Go ahead.
Khan, right? The bones came together, bone to his bone.
Bone to his bone, man. Flesh to his flesh, man. Family to his family. Right?
Mhm.
Go to Genesis 29 and 14.
Uh, this the book of Genesis, chapter 29, and verse 14. And it reads, and Laban said to him, Surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
He said, surely that you my family, man. Go up to 12.
Verse 12. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone and my flesh.
So you are my family, man. Why? Because Isaac had commanded his servant to go grab his son a daughter, right? Go grab his son a daughter of his people, man. He said, surely, man, this is my family, man. You fam, man. When we come together and we on the street corners and we look at a brother and we teach a brother, we tell that brother what? I love you, man. We family, right?
That's right. That's right.
Lonnie, you don't have to talk because I'm talking. Be quiet. Thank you. All right. Yeah, but he was telling them, man, we family, man. This is that's why we tell Esau, man, get up the block, man. This is a family affair, man. Right? Surely you're bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, man. Surely you're an Israelite. Right? Go ahead.
Right. And he abode with him the space of a month.
Couldn't even get away from him, you know. When we come into this thing, man, and we find a teacher and we become a son of that teacher, man, you know, it's hard for us to get away from him. You know, let's go back.
Uh, Ezekiel 37 and verse 8. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above.
Khan, the skin covered them above, man. That's that atonement, man. Right? Go
But
ahead.
there was no breath in them.
But there was no wisdom yet,
Mhm.
right? But that atonement had covered them. What is that? The Gentiles, right?
That's right.
And that atonement covered them, right? But there was no breath in them. That's the Gentiles. Go ahead.
God. Verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath. Mm,
Uh-huh. The winds, right? The winds is a doctrine. Wind is a doctrine, right? Or a teaching. So he said, hey, man, prophesy unto the wind, man. These Gentiles got different doctrines, man. Prophesy unto the wind, man. Let them know who they are, and they'll put those doctrines down. And then what's going to happen? The breath of life, the true doctrine, is going to come into these Gentiles, right? Go ahead.
right. God. And
Hold on,
breath.
Slovakia. And the four winds is the four corners of the earth, man, which is all
That's right.
around the world, man, right? Because your
Hmm.
four winds come from north, east, south, and west, right? It goes in a circular motion. That's how they're able to put the wind on a map and show you where it's coming from next. All right, now go
Hmm.
ahead.
O breath, right? Come from the winds, breathe upon these slain that they may live. Mm, right? And what's that talking about, right? The spiritually dead, right? Let's get that. Revelation chapter 11, right? And verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, right? And what's that great city, man? America, right? All these great cities, China, you name it. All these nations that have an inheritance with the world, all these nations that are great in their own stature, right? They own trees, right? What they call with their big boughs stretching everywhere. Hey, man, these spiritual cities, right? In our spiritual what? Dead bodies are lying are shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, right? That's America, right? Where also our Lord was crucified.
Con.
See that? That's the slain, man. We spiritually dead and we spiritually slain in America, man, and in these wilderness cities.
Yeah,
You know,
con.
right? Their dead bodies are slain. That's why it says right here, right? And breathe upon these slain, right? These spiritually dead bodies that they may live. Mm.
That they may come back to life, man.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
And real quick, I got another precept.
Con.
Matthew chapter 27, right? And verse
Oh, I got one too.
con, con, I got you out, right? Matthew 27 and verse 50, right? So check this out, man. Right? Real quick, let me touch on something up here. Um da, 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 da,
You done?
3750, right? So yeah, I don't want to get that yet. Not yet. Matthew 27. I'm wait on that real fast, right? So let me read that real quick, right? So you can chime in on that with a precept, right? Then said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord God, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. God,
Con, go to Songs of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 16.
God. Songs 4 and 16, right? Right. I'll just read it real quick. Songs of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 16 says, awake, O north wind, and come, thou south, blow upon
He said, blow upon what?
my garden,
We're his garden, man. Right?
the
We're his
planting of the
people.
Lord. That's
Yeah,
right.
kind of. We're trees, we're grass, man. We're his garden, right? Go ahead.
That the spices thereof may flow out.
And what are those spices, man? Right? Prayers, supplication, right? Benevolence, right? Care, concern, charity for your people, man. That my spices may flow out. Go ahead.
Let my beloved come into his garden
Let Yahweh
and
Shai come
eat
into his garden, right? Let Yahweh Shai come into his garden, right? Go ahead.
his pleasant fruits.
And be able to get some nourishment out of his people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right,
That's
go ahead.
right. Come, right? Ezekiel 37 and 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath, right, that wisdom came into them, and they lived.
And they what?
And and they lived
Uh-huh.
and stood up upon their feet,
Uh-huh.
and
And now,
exceeding go ahead, that's like it.
and now they're doing the work, man. They
Mm-hmm.
stood up on their feet, man. Right? They stood up steadfast, unmovable, in a sound doctrine. Right? Go ahead.
Con, an exceeding great army.
And we see how we looking out there, man. Right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So that family came together and they started what? Doing the will and the work of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Right? Go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 10.
Con is Revelation chapter 11 and verse 10, right? And they that and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them, And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Because they know, hey, look, if they standing up right now and they with Yahweh Shah, it's a problem for us. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them.
Read on.
Verse 13. And the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven.
Con. So look, man, that great army, man, is us, the ones that's keeping that the law, statutes, and commandments, and the Lord is gonna save us with a mighty hand, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
With a great and powerful hand, man. And that voice gonna say, "Come up hither, man." What you gonna say? I'm not coming up, right? Nah, man, you gonna get your ass up there, man.
Con,
Go ahead.
Go back.
Yeah.
Right. Ezekiel 37 and verse 11. Right. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel.
Throw that away. Right here.
Right.
Come in.
So going back up real quick, man, you know, right here, chiming in on bone to his bone on another phone, man, that would be what? The house of Judah being grafted back with the house of Israel, man. The what came together? The 12 tribes, right? Bones came together, right? The southern kingdom to the northern kingdom, right? On another fold through the spirit, right? And then you go back down to 11, it says what? These bones are the whole house of Israel, right? The whole house, right? And what? Behold, they say, our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off from our parts. Right? Verse 12. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves. Hey man, this ain't talking about no dang zombies, man. You can't let Esau be with you and tell you, man, oh yeah, there's gonna be a zombie apocalypse, and and this is one of the verses that tell you it's gonna be a damn zombie apocalypse, man. You know, that's not what that's going into. That's talk about us coming back from our dead state, like zombies. Because right now, guess what, man? We in the wilderness and we the walking dead, right? We the walking dead. So now we got to come back to life, man. No more walking skeletons amongst damn America, man. We coming back to life into what? The knowledge of who we are and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and walking in wisdom, right? Verse 12 again. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O my people, I will open up your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. Right? And ye shall know that I am Yahweh. When I
Con,
have opened
let
your
me get in.
graves, come
Let
real
me
quick.
get in there. Let me
I
get
got you
in.
real quick. Hold on. Got you. Right?
All right, con.
Right? I'll go back at 12 so you can chime in a little better.
Nah,
Right?
yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead. Finish.
Yakan, right? Behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves, right? Like I said, man, this ain't no damn Walking Dead, man. Can't let Esau be with you and say, hey, it's gonna be a zombie apocalypse according to this verse. Nah, man, we coming back to life, man, right? And bring you into the land of Israel, right? And the precept on that one I want to grab real quick. Matthew chapter 27 now,
Con, your
right?
graves, Salaki, your graves is that lower state that you're in that
Uh-huh.
captivity, right?
That's right.
So when he's bringing us up out of them graves, man, he's giving us wisdom to come up out of this world.
That's right. I bring it out, right? So real quick, man, through the spirit. Matthew 27 and verse 50, right? Yahweh Shai, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from the top to the bottom, right? And the earth did quake and the rocks rent.
Mm-hmm.
And the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose. Meaning what,
Mm-hmm.
man? After Yahweh Shai Amashiach got crucified, hey, what, man? He the whole his whole the awakening of who we are, right? It was magnified, right?
Yep.
To what extent? And came out of the graves after his resurrection and went into the holy city and appeared unto many, man. So after
Con.
Christ was crucified, man, his spirit went out and it magnified the awakening, man, of who we are, man. That's why the disciples had got what 80 people to follow them in the book of Acts, and a plethora of more, even until
Yeah.
this day, man. Right?
Con.
The
And they try to
awakening is
say
magnified, man. Go ahead.
Con. And they try to say the graves, he went into Hades. You know, he went into some type of underground grave and prophesied and did whatever, taught the people that was dead. But no, man, this is talking about once he got crucified, everybody saw that that was Yahweh Shai, that that was the Amashiach, right?
That's
And they
right.
woke up and they came into this truth, man, going hard on 100-fold, man, right?
That's right.
That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. God. And the last one, right? Now when the centurion and they that were with him watching Yahweh Shai saw the earthquake and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, truly this was the Son of the Most High, man.
And what they did, they woke up, man.
Uh-huh,
They
that's right.
woke up, bro. They when he went into the graves, man, talking about those people that didn't have the knowledge, that didn't have the understanding, hey, their eyes were open immediately, right? He didn't have to no more touch them, right, or talk to them to open their eyes, man. They saw it with their own eyes that this is he, right?
That's
And they
right.
feared greatly, meaning once they feared, guess what? That's your wisdom. They got the wisdom that quick, man. They understood, you know.
That's right.
And those people
God.
that said crucify him and smacked him, some of them even repented, man, and got up into
Mm-hmm.
the fold of the 1/3,
God.
right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
That's why I said, truly, this was the Son of God. That was some of them that wasn't believing, right? That woke up and said, damn, that was him. We was tripping. We off, right?
That's right. That's right.
Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
God. Again, 13 again. And ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, right? Brought you from that dead state, man. Brought you about the dust, man, and gave you that knowledge and wisdom and understanding, right? Oh my people, and brought you up out of your graves,
Mm-hmm.
and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, right? And I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord.
And
Right?
that's the same thing that happened with Adam, bro. It happened to
Mm-hmm.
Adam. It happened to the Israelites, right? It happened to let me see who else that happened to. Abraham was already on his way, Isaac already on his way. Yeah, but it happened to the Israelites and it happened to Adam, right? Because we are the Adamites, we just have the name of Israel, right?
That's right. Khan, you got more precepts? Because I got one more.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, Khan. So let's get that real quick, right? The top of verse 14 says, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, right? And I shall place you in your own land, right? Let's get that in the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 28 on down, right? Right? Joel 2 and 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. right?
And that's
And
talking
also
about, and
upon
that's
the servant.
Salakia, and that's talking about, that's not
Mhm,
talking about, well, it could be, but it's not talking about old men. That's men that seasoned in this truth, that been in this truth for a while, keeping these laws,
mhm,
statutes, and commandments, right? That's the old men, and your young shall see visions, man. The people that just coming in gonna see things like, damn, hey, man, that's happening. This is happening. These prophecies are coming to pass. They're gonna see that, but I'm gonna literally give the ones that's been in this truth for a while dreams, right?
mhm.
Meaning while they sleep on their bed, they're gonna dream things that's gonna come to pass. Right? A lot of us dream dreams, but we don't bring it out to the pasture or to the flock because, well, online, because we don't want to be a false prophet, man. We can have a vision, but that vision is not what we think it said, so you
That's
don't
right.
want to.
That's why we go. That's why we go to the old men, those that are seasoned in this thing, man, to help us break down these visions. You know.
Exactly, exactly. And still don't come out and say it online because you don't want to be no false prophet, man. You don't want to be no false prophet, man. There's no beauty and honor in being a false prophet. So we
Hmm.
prophesy what we know, you know, and what we know comes out of this, and
That's
that's
right.
what we prophesy.
That's right. Right. Verse 29. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. Verse 30. And I will show wonders in heaven, in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke.
Man,
The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day
the
of
day
Yahweh
of
come. Hmm. Right, before all hell breaks loose, all these things are going to come to pass. Right, and what else? And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of Yahweh shall be delivered. But who's that
Mm-hmm.
talk about? For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, right? As Yahweh has said, and in the remnant whom Yahweh shall call, man. Right? Everybody's not going to wake up. Everybody's not going to get that flesh poured upon them, man. That spirit poured upon their flesh, man.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's going. Some people are going to
Uh-huh.
remain destitute. You know, he's talking about those in Mount Zion and in
And
Jerusalem.
some going and some gonna fall out. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Some gonna pass out when it comes to this race, man, and fall asleep, man. You know? So it's
But
up to us to keep on fighting that good fight, man, and endure to the end, man. Because without endurance, bro, we're not gonna make it to the kingdom, man. We gotta endure all
right,
the way to the end. You can't have a year of jubilees in the truth.
that's right. Con. And one more time, man. Verse 14. And shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, Yahweh, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. Con.
So the visions that we read about and that we bring out, hey man, they gonna happen, man. Right? Don't have a dream about the RFID chip and come bring it to the whole land and talk about in 2026 everybody I saw that everybody would be getting the RFID chip in their forehead and in their hand. Don't come bringing that to the world, man, because you're gonna sound like those brothers in GMS that said the world was gonna win in the year 2000 and come to the year 2000, it didn't end, man.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
now you got a lineage of false prophetess and false prophets doing this, trying to do this work, but y'all don't false prophesy so many times. How the hell we know what's real, right? Don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy, man. Make sure you come straight out of the scriptures, what the scriptures say, right? And not about your visions and what you think you saw, man. Right? Let the scriptures be true and every man a lie.
Con. Okay, Tamar, with the ending scripture, I got you. Isaiah 44 and 3. For I will pour water, right? That wisdom, right? upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. That's right,
And
that's
we're
right.
that ground and we're that offspring, right?
That garden that needs watering, man. The planting of the Lord,
Con.
man. That's right.
Lord willing, a lot of us that's in this chat, that's on this live and watching, and those that are not, man, are thirsting, right? Are thirsting after the words of the Most High God.
Mm-hmm. But with that, once they call Allah, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all praise to the Most High. And with that, man, we tapping with y'all next week, man. All praise. Shalom, shalom.
Kwam Yashrala.
Home yourself.